Bam! Yeah, we're here live, about ready to rock and roll. So, just a couple minutes running behind schedule, but you know what? Sometimes good to just kind of make sure that people don't think that I'm sitting here waiting. I have nothing else to do, right? All right, welcome to ProSite Legal School. I've got the tools, you do the work. I'm Coach Neighbors, and tonight we're going to talk about a couple of things tonight. First off, I'm going to put this thingy up here. So anybody coming from Facebook, please go to this link and give StreamYard permission to use your username, so we can know who you are when you have comment. If you want us to. I got to turn my mic down just a bit. Okay. Yeah, I'm finally learning how to run some of my equipment. Not all of it, but some of it. Yeah, so go to this link down here and give StreamYard permission to use your Facebook username. So we're gonna just get lined up here and get rolling. Now we're gonna move along tonight. I'm hoping to cover a couple things. If we don't get to something, then we'll pick up on it next week, and that's kind of how we're going to do this. So in tonight's stream, in the beginning, I'm going to offer you some ideas that people can use when the players stall or fail to answer or ignore your federal court filing. Now, to do these things, you're going to need to get a certified copy of your federal filing. So when you file it, you should request a certified copy of it so they can prepare that for you and you can pick it up later or whatever, however they do that. Because you're going to need a certified copy to do this. So the number one thing, and this is going to be fire in the hole. The number one thing that I would, now I want you guys to come up with some of your own suggestions here. And if anybody comes up with a suggestion that I think and everyone thinks tops mine, then I'm going to give you a free shit, not some free shit, because that that sounds like I'm opening the door right now. We'll figure it out, because it's more likely going to have more value if it's something that you need. So that's what we're going to do with that. So my ideas are, starting, the number one idea I think would be to file a less penniless lien against your property, if that's what you're protecting. If you're protecting your property, then one idea would file a less penniless lien against your property for, I don't know, 3 or 4 times the value of the lawsuit that you got filed. This is how I would do it. Now, they're going to bitch and say, oh, wait, how can you go 3 or 4 times the value of the lawsuit? Well, if you got to rely on that less penniless lien, then you're totally getting screwed over even more, and they're ignoring your lawsuit, so your damage is going to increase. So tell them your legal team said that we're kind of taking up half the slack for the increase in damages when y'all ass keep on trying to do stuff instead of throwing in the towel and ask me what it is that I need. Speaking of which, you're gonna need to know the answer to that before you even start on this program. What is it that you're going to need? Because if you do everything the way you're supposed to and you punch these fools in the ring like you're learning how to do up in here, yeah, they're going to be asking you what the hell it is that you want. And when that comes up, you need to know what it is. Now we're also going to review update that I have showing below, and it's the same update that I showed in the notice that we're going to have this live stream, and so you can check the update. And I'm going to cover the points in the update how I respond to that situation. I think that has a lot of value for everybody. Because I'm pretty sure that a lot of people, if you do things the right way, are going to be in the same position that this person was in. So now, if things go well and this moves along smooth, we're also going to cover how to respond to a motion to dismiss or failure to state a claim briefly. And next week, I want to touch on that again. Next Saturday, we're going to review how to state a claim, how to respond to a motion to state a claim, and what you need to do. But I'm going to review it just briefly tonight for those people who are facing this situation, so the time don't get away from you and put you in a different situation than you're shooting to be in. So it's time to get to work in the rain. So I think the first thing that we're going to cover tonight is obviously the less penance lien. You want if it's if they're trying to take your property, you want to do that get a certified copy of your federal filing and file a less penance lien against the property. That would be the number one thing that I would do to if they're dragging their feet and acting stupid and acting like you'll know. Now there are a lot of other things you can do too. Now that's the best thing. I think the number one best thing to do if your property is at risk here, because that clouds the title. And I haven't done a lot of study on this, but the little bit that I have done, the less penance lien is the only way that I have found to stop this process. To stop this process, the foreclosure process, in common law court, so to speak. It's a common law court tactic. Now, with that being said, I'm going to tell you right now, these assholes, they make it hard. They make it hard. Like in California, you have to get like approval. Well, let me excuse me. They are saying that the assholes, require people to get approval from the judge before you file a less penance lien, which is total BS. And there ain't no way in hell that I would be. If that was the case, I would say, what judge am I supposed to? And I would be adding that judge ass. And the state's already added to it. So, if you add the state and you add the judge that's paid by the state to give your shit away, and you add to, you pretty much have that shit wrapped up. So that's the first thing I did. File that less penance lien against property. Now, so one of the things that I tell you guys is that you're going to learn how to have fun in my program, and I tell people to let me know when when you're having fun. Now, one of the things that I did with one of my best friends, Judith in foreclosure, I can't talk about her anymore. Yeah, but one of the things that we did was we added the attorney's property to the foreclosure. We actually added attorney's property to the counterclaim because we weren't facing eviction, so we have plenty of time. So we added attorney's foreclosure to the counterclaim, which means that we had to look up to on the property, and the attorney's wife was the signer on the property. So we added her ass to the counterclaim, and then we had to serve her. It was probably the first time ever they got served counterclaim, and they were so grumpy. Yeah, they called the police on my friend. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, that made a real big splash. So now the attorney has to face this. Oh, well, no. Okay. We didn't just splash with that. Okay. We also added the Kansas Bar Association to the claim, to the counterclaim, and to the federal claim. So the attorney's wife looked at that shit. Oh my God, we're being sued, and they're suing. They're suing the Bar Association. Can these black people sue them? Okay, sorry. I'm having a little fun with that because I kind of enjoy it. Yeah. So so now the Bar Association is added in this because the Bar Association supposedly licensed these fools. And the state's added to it because the state is the one that committed real estate deed fraud by not delivering your deed to you as mandated by their property transfer. So that's two things. Yeah. Are we getting hot yet? Well, and the attorney's property too is pretty hot. Hey, but we can get hotter than that. I think I think about some of this stuff in my sleep, or maybe when I'm on the toilet. Okay, sorry. Anyway, so check this out. So what if you filed a lien against the county recorder's office? Where they registered your shit illegally? You filed a lien against the county recorder's office, and then you make sure you include in the lien that you're going after the county recorder's assets, all of them. The ones that's stored in the county recorder's office. Oh, yeah. Can you do that? Can you file a Les Pennis lien against the county recorder's office and all of the assets contained therein? So if you did that and you had to foreclose on them, and yeah, we're working on that. We're going to have a package put together that we can foreclose on their shit, just like they're doing on ours. Yep, I learned that in football. Nebraska football, they run the same play until you stop them. So they run the same plays you run on. So we're going to run the same plays on them. How cool is that? Could you foreclose on the county recorder's office and their assets? Oh, have you figured out what the assets are in the county recorder's office yet? Just think about it. You could be like Robin Hood without sneaking around and shit, have the police on your back instead of throwing your shit in the yard. Okay, so I dream big. I really do, all the time. I dream big. So if you foreclosed on the county recorder's office, you could like mail everybody the deed to their property. I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking that that's what I would be doing. I'd file my Les Pendants against the county recorder's office, and I would use my my $50 million federal lawsuit as certified copy. Or we have a guy, I can't think of his name right now, in the group who loves to go fishing, and he actually posted a couple of 3 or 4 weeks ago how he forced them to drop disorderly conduct and a bunch of other stupid traffic tickets, and impound his boat and his truck. And the judge ordered that shit to be released back to him after the judge dropped all that shit. And the prosecutor told the yard holding the man's stuff to not give him back his boat and stuff. So, and this is where we came up with the idea of some of this stuff. So he told me this, and I'm like, oh, no, we need to We need to figure out a way to get this handle. So yeah, so my comment to him was, dude, whatever lake you go fishing at, or the park lake, put a less penalty on that son of a gun. Until they stop playing. And then if they keep acting stupid, then you can just file foreclosure against the lake that you like to go fishing in, and then you can let your family, your friends. I don't know. Okay, so in my program, the sky is the limit. The limitations are only your imagination and your fear are the only thing that you be limited to. And well, you could be limited to your lack of studying and shit if you're lazy. Welcome, Regina. We bringing fire tonight to the table. We bringing the fire somewhere. Welcome, Matthew. JKLM5. ¿Cómo está? Buen bonito. Good evening, Miss Heather. Welcome to the stream tonight, everybody. And I hope we're keeping it real hot fire. Okay, never mind. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. Hello, Miss Kim. Kim invested into the Prosecutor Eliminated package. And Kim, I owe you an apology and a thank you. Well, you owe me an apology too, but we owe each other. Well, you apologize, so I need to apologize to you. So I owe you an apology and a thank you for sending me a few people from your team that's working on your thing. I wonder how things are going with you, Missy. Let us know how things are going. Hey, Dino, welcome to the show tonight, man. I sent you email. So you'll have to go to my website, and you should email me to the email that's on my website, and not the Outlook email. I don't use the Outlook email. That's not the one that I have integrated into all of my stuff. And please, you guys, it works better if you guys don't send me your stuff. No screenshots, no nothing, no document. Even if it's a document you got from me, I don't want to see it. It's very important that you learn how to communicate with your words. Okay? You need to be able to communicate with your words, because your words are what you're going to be needing to say to these assholes when they call you on the phone, or when you're facing a clerk, or when you're in their stupid ass electronic hearing, digital hearing, whatever you want to call it. And I don't want to see your stuff. That's how they started harassing me in the beginning of this. If I looked at people's stuff, they're saying I'm practicing law without a license, whatever. And I'm like, nothing that you guys are doing has any damn thing to do with the law. I'm teaching people how to prevent legal corruption. That's what it is, but they didn't want to hear that. And I just don't have time to deal with that. And right now, they already tried to shut me down 3 times, and I'm still here. So, yeah. I'm not really worried about all that, but basically what it comes down to as a coach, if people can't follow the instructions or the rules that I have, they're not going to do well in my damn program. Okay, because I'm going to like be hanging up on your ass. I'm going to be blocking you. I don't care. This program was structured by the real-time feedback from the 600 and something people in the private coaching group. So it's not just, well, some of it is just me thinking off the ideas. But what you're investing in on the paper is working, and people are using it. So please don't call me and say, hey, I want to, what do you think about changing this? I want to change that. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. Now, with that being said, I don't want to have a big head and not miss an opportunity, like the opportunity Nikki brought to the table when she forced these people to deliver these people's deed, was her help, whatever. And we found out there was another document that you have to get out of their office in addition to the deed that we are after. So yeah, but people need to understand that I'm not trying to change everything. I only need to change what's not working, or I only need to make change to make things work better. And right now, after we figured out that arguing their lies and their crap is not helping anybody, we need to go after them for the state's daily procedures that violate your due process. Now, a lot of people, and I was talking to a guy yesterday, and he said, "Well, what is my due process?" He said, "Oh, I'm sorry, no, dude, it's okay. Okay, you're killing me, but it's okay. At least you throw it out there on the table and we can just get right on it, beating around the bush or lying to me. I hate it when people lie to me and tell me they watch the videos or whatever. So your due process just means that their process wasn't fair. Was it fair that they didn't follow the law they're supposed to follow and they registered your shit in their office and then that registration allowed them to put the first illegal mortgage lien on your property? Was it fair that the prosecutor is threatening to haul your ass out of the jail with no injured party and no damage to property? Is it fair that they're giving your property away and the judge that's giving your property away is being paid by the same corporation that committed real estate deed fraud to get your property locked up in the first place? Kim, how are things going with you? With your case, your situation? I'm thinking you're still here. You're doing good because if I remember, the time was running out for you. So let me know how things are going. Yep, keeping it real 100. And it's funny because in the last week's stream, somebody wanted to know if I was a paralegal. No, I'm not a paralegal. I took that shit out because most of the time when people reference a paralegal, they're referencing someone that aspires to be a damn leech. Excuse me. Someone that aspires to be an attorney. I cleaned that up a lot. Now, I don't hate all attorneys. I just think the ones that are doing foreclosure are leeches, and the ones that are doing criminal are leeches. There's a few other ones things that attorneys do, and maybe they're not leeches or not. But I'm thinking the people that are here fully understand what I'm saying. So. Okay, so very nice, Kim. And generally, I don't answer these questions, but I'm going to answer this question because we have come a very long way, young lady. Very nice. Okay, so I'm going to stop harassing you and answer your question. So now there were two demands for sanctions in the prosecutor eliminator package. One, you were demanding for sanctions because you're challenging the court's jurisdiction. You're demanding sanctions because the criminal statutes that they're shoving in your face are not valid laws because they don't have enacting clauses, they don't have titles, and they don't have bodies. This is the new way that I come up with to challenge the jurisdiction and jam their ass up. So that you can put that to like, I have a 3.5 million or something like that, whatever you want to put on that. And so that would be the first one that I would file. Now, the second demand for sanctions is demanding sanctions because they failed to do a reasonable pre-filing investigation under Rule 11, which is their own rule. And it's all crap because they never do it, but it's on there and they're supposed to, so you're holding their ass to the fire. Now, if the judge don't make them or give you sanctions because of whatever, then you're going to add judge ass to it. That's how it goes. Anytime the judge tries to help them, you add judge ass to it or whatever. Now, to answer your question because I left it on the screen so I don't get distracted. Filing a state claim in state court to stop the process, or filing a counterclaim in state to stop the court process. Which is better? I love this. Great question, Kim. And I'm going to explain it to you this way. Now, this strategy came about when we're doing foreclosure or whatever, and we're facing an eviction process. What we found is if you're facing an eviction process, you don't have time to file a counterclaim. And the reason you don't have time to file a counterclaim because in the eviction process, you're in a fake ass court. You're in a fake ass court anyway, but you're in a faker ass court in municipal court during the eviction process. And if you file a counterclaim in that court where your ass is about to get pushed off the edge of the cliff, they're going to throw that shit in the basket over there or in the trash can, and they're going to get on the phone and call the sheriff department and step that shit up, move your ass up ahead of everybody else so they can get your shit in the yard before they have to face your stuff. So how does that relate to your answer, to the answer to your question? If you are in harm's way, you don't have time for a counterclaim, because the counterclaim you're allowing them to like rule on, to basically. Now, why the hell do we use that? That's what we're thinking. Just slow down. If you're not at the edge of the cliff, then filing a counterclaim in their shit is beautiful, because you want to add the state, you want to add the judge, and you want to add the prosecutor or whatever to it, and then you file the counterclaim, and then I would serve them all. I would serve them all just to. But if you're in harm's way, you don't have time for that. You have to file your claim in state court. You have to add these people to it and file it in state court as a new claim, so you can be in control of it. And you're the one running the show. They got to come answer to you. They're not out. You're not filing in there. You're making your own shit over here. Okay. And now they got to answer to you. They can't represent themselves. They can't litigate a case they're a party to. Ooh, and it's a little hot in the kitchen. So that's how you do that. Now, step back and think and take a look at my process in a broader picture. Okay. Because if you do everything the way I have it lined out, you'll be in this position. But I don't really have time to explain all this or whatever. So when you jam their ass up in state court with the 42 USC 1983 federal filing, you change the heading on the top and you change the names and you file that shit in state court. Oh, they're going to whine. They're going to say you can't file federal shit in state. Okay. And that's total bullshit, because you totally can. And there's no difference between doing that than there is between filing Supreme Court case law or any other lower courts. Now, the problem they have with their sad asses is they can't respond to what you filed in state court with state law. Think about it. They can't respond to federal filing with state bullshit. Don't go that way. Nope, it don't go that way. So it creates a problem for them. But that's the smallest. That is like the smallest problem that they have if you do this right. Okay. The main problem they have is they have no court. They have no judge. They have no judge and no court. No judge. Okay. They can have a court. They can have an attorney. They have a prosecutor. They have all of that shit. But without a judge, cha-ching. No, Kim, it's a cha-ching chang. Okay, that's the way the black people. Okay, never mind. Yeah, but no, we haven't got there yet. So let me back up. I just couldn't wait to hit that one. Excuse me. I got ahead of myself. Let me back up. So here's the way this goes. They can't respond to the state court beatdown, the state court ass whooping that you're giving them. They can't respond to it. And now you see why I told you just to file one sanction motion at a time. And give them time to chew on that shit and wait till you hear back from them. Because you ain't trying to get before the judge, have the judge rule on nothing, and none of that shit. Because you already know that shit ain't going to happen. Okay? So, how you do this is, now, yeah, we're talking crazy now. So, I'm just going to keep talking crazy. This is my perfect plan on how to sue the assholes without a court hearing. In federal court without a hearing. So, hear me out and tell me what you think. So, they're not going to be able to respond to the state court beatdown. And even if they do respond to it, they don't have no judge. The judge has to recuse him or herself into the damn story. So, if you was the next judge on the state court level, would you want to jump up and stick your foot in this bucket of shit? I'm thinking not. I'm thinking not. So they're both just going around in amateur jurisdiction without a motor. Yep. So now you get your federal filing filed. All the parties served. And so what are they gonna do now? Well, they're not gonna go hire attorneys to help them. What attorneys do you think want to get in this shit? Are you kidding me? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. When they find out that the cow's out of the barn, way the hell out of the barn door burned down, they are not going to want to get in there. So they're going to have a problem. Nobody's going to want to help them. Oh, so now they're going to have to help themselves. But they still don't have a damn judge. Okay, we're going to move on. So when you file your shit in federal court, after the parties are all served, whatever, then you just want to file a demand, not a motion. I file a demand ordering the federal judge to force these fools to come to the settlement table. So think about it. How are they going to have a leg to argue when they couldn't respond to the state court beatdown? If they couldn't respond to the state court beatdown, they ain't going to respond to this beatdown over here either. No. Okay. So now they're going to have the magistrate judge step in, because the magistrate judge is going to have to dismiss your shit, because they ain't trying to have none of that. Oh, wait. You can go to my YouTube channel and punch in magistrate judge and pull up all of the videos on the magistrate judge. And then you can learn that the magistrate judge don't have jurisdiction to be involved in your shit at all without signed consent from all parties. And if you think I don't know what I'm talking about, just Google magistrate judge consent form for your state and pull up the form that has a law on it under 455, something that they'll be in violation of if they take control without, And now we just add the magistrate judge. You do, okay. So at this point, when the magistrate judge tried to help them, or the real judge tried to help them, okay, we never do an amendment. We do not do we don't amend shit, okay? You want to go to the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, the area that talks about how to amend the rules for amending, and you scroll all the way down to the bottom down there, right where that really small number is. And underneath that, really, okay, actually, it's above the number. You'll see something else, say supplemental pleading. A supplemental pleading can be filed in a case anytime. It doesn't have a restriction. You don't have to ask for permission or do any of that shit. There's a couple of stipulations, though, that are really fun. Okay? Number one stipulation, I can't believe I remember all this shit. Number one stipulation is you got to add a body or account or both, and have to be connected to the original reason why you bringing fire in their ass in the first place. So most people would just add the clerk, because the clerk is the one that's been giving most people the hardest time getting your shit filed, whatever. And the reason the clerk does that is because most people don't realize. I figured this out too after doing some research. The clerk's number one job is to protect the court's money. Finances is what they call it. I call it our money. Oh, yeah, that's why the clerk gave y'all ass such a hard time and shit. Yeah, so that's how you do it. You want to set yourself up in federal court so that you're demanding that the judge order them suckers. So, okay, so now they're going to sacrifice the magistrate judge. So you fry his ass or her ass. I don't care. I fried a woman judge too. Your judge, you're getting fried. Yeah. And then you demand, them like, reconsideration and come up with another judge. How many judges y'all got? I think I can fry all of them. Yeah. So that's how you do that, Kim. You want to get yourself in a position. Now, you want to take your time and use the punches that you got, a spare. You don't want to throw everything on the table. Take your time. You want their ass to tap out. You want them to visualize the shared liability and to feel the heat from the ass whooping. Now, the heat from the ass whooping comes from their buddies. Their buddies who expect them to get your ass under control. And if I remember correct, you had an attorney that they gave you that was having a hard time getting out of your way. That attorney can be put right on the sanction motion. So any bar member except the judge, I don't really put the judge on the sanction motion because you need the judge to be over there so the judge can, unless the judge wants to get burned up. I mean, Okay. So, Kim, now you see this is what I was trying to make you understand in the beginning. And I realized that when you're facing this criminal bullshit and they're talking about locking your ass up, I understand because I've been through that, and that's how I know what I know and why I do what I do right now. Okay, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you follow the steps, you'll have their ass in the corner. I don't know, that's all, If you follow the steps and do it the way I tell you, you'll have their ass in the corner. If you don't do it the way I tell you, when it's time to jam their asses up for whatever, you're not going to be in a position to do that because you didn't do these things because you didn't see the value in them. And believe me, I don't have the time to explain all that shit. So I barely have time to get to get the videos out for everybody to watch. Regina's using that stuff right now, and I think she pretty much has control over the situations that Coach Regina is working with people on. Oh, Matthew, might just work? Dude, I've been selling these packages now for quite a while. And we got rid of the judicial and non-judicial lawsuit packages, that shit in the toilet, because everything is about the process and procedures now. We got the 42 USC for traffic tickets. We got the 42 USC for foreclosure. We got the 42 USC for criminal. We got the 42 USC for they was looking at me funny. So yeah. So look at it this way, Matthew. If my shit wasn't working, there would be a lot of people talking shit all over the place. So what you have is I have great reviews from the front half, which I ask people to review after they study the paperwork or whatever to make sure they understand the power that they're bringing or whatever. And then I ask people to leave a review in the end. Well, I don't get a review in the end because the damn attorneys make people sign non-disclosure statement when you get done punching their ass in the face. And so I'm fine with that. I had one guy telling me, well, I'm not signing that shit, coach. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking, you're a moron if you don't sign the paper to keep your family in the house. I don't need your review. Okay, because at the end of the day, if people aren't going to get on board in my program because they can't see how many people or whatever the reviews or whatever, then they're morons and they're not people that need to be in my program anyway. Because the thing is, if you understand and see how simple this is and how bad they're screwing you over, you could be the first one. Why would you have to wait for other people? I don't know, but I don't have time for that. I realize my program's not for everybody, and actually, it's only for the people that are willing to do whatever it takes. My program is for the people who are willing to do whatever it takes. And if you're not willing to do whatever it takes, you better sit your happy ass down for somebody to step on your back. So it might be my size 16 foot. No, wait, I'm going to be in front. Okay, sorry. It'll have to be somebody else. Thank you, Coach. Yeah, Matthew's new. But at least he's seeing, he's on board, and he says, I didn't post that. He's a believer. We just need to get him to be a teacher, because when you're a believer, it's cool. When you're a teacher, then you don't say the things that the coach gets grumpy about, and that would make him make your ass run some laps. Oh, it's all in the words, baby. It's all in the words. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're probably right. And one of my coaches told me one day when I asked him why the hell he was yelling at me so much. He told me the time, neighbors, he's looking all serious and shit. The time to yell, the time to worry is when I stop yelling. Yeah, that was that was pretty profound. Yeah, okay, Coach. You just as you were, sir. I can't hear you. Oh, thank you, Kim. Thank you very much. I appreciate any reviews on a prosecutor eliminated package before you have to sign the thing. And that lets people see. But like I said, I appreciate the reviews, but I'm not asking anybody to sacrifice punching these people in the ass to give me the review. I want you to punch them in the ass. In the face. Sorry. I said the wrong word, literally. Yeah. Oh, so the main thing that I wanted to share with you guys on failure to state a claim shit, and let's go ahead and go over the perfect, the near perfect update. And you guys have a copy of it. So it starts out, hey, Coach, hope all is well. Just want a quick update. We could have left hope all is well out, so, because all is well. Anyway, the wrongful foreclosure lawsuit has been filed in both federal and state court. Now, I don't know. I'm hoping she's talking about the 42 U.S. 1983 civil rights lawsuit for due process violation, because we don't really go after them for wrongful foreclosure. We include that, but that's not the reason we're at the door. So I don't know if I forgot who sent me this. I don't know if they meant this or if they meant the wrongful foreclosure lawsuit and the non-judicial or the judicial package that we no longer use. And the reason we no longer use that is because that lawsuit goes after the lies and the crap as opposed to addressing the procedures that they use to line you up to go after you for the lies and the crap. So that's the best way that I can put it. So I'm hoping she's talking about that. Now, the lawsuit should be filed in both federal and state. And like we just talked a while ago, that state filing is what you're going to use to control the program, and the federal court filing as well. Well, the state court filing would use to stop the state court process, because Now, any other state players would have a conflict of interest and wouldn't be able to be involved in this thing that you're doing. See, in this program, you're going to learn how to use their own shit against them. Tip the ass up, all but good. Now, she also says that in a state lawsuit, the attorney has responded with a motion to dismiss or failure to state a claim. And then she wrote, ha, 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 idiots, which means to me that she knows that she stated a claim if she used my stuff. And she went on to say that she's going to be responding with a notice to strike because he cannot represent himself or the law firm in court. Now, she's absolutely right. He can't. However, this is not the way you respond to a notice to dismiss or failure to state a claim. And in a real world, maybe, but not in this fake ass world where they're trying to ignore everything and throw your shit out so they can steal your house. So, no, you have to respond to their shit. You have to respond to their demand to strike, to their demand to dismiss or failure to state a claim, because, well, if you bought my document, it's structured to state a claim. So, but if you don't understand what that means, then you're not going to know if it is or not, and you will not know what to how to respond. Okay. But the number one thing here is you can't respond to any of their shit with something else yeah. And if you read the original instructions, we did that. But we don't do that anymore because now we're going from the instructions in the updated instructional videos that teach you how to use the 42 U.S.C. 1983 Civil Rights Lawsuit Package. Now, anytime they demand something or whatever or move to strike, you always want to crush that shit and then trump it with your motion to strike or whatever. You want to crush it and leave your stuff on the table. That's how you do that. I like to keep it simple. You want to crush that shit and leave your stuff on the table for them to be ruled on. You don't want to file to demand a strike and leave their stuff on the table. That's not the way we do it. We don't do it that way. We like to make it as complicated as possible and then some. So make sure that if they move to dismiss your stuff, that you respond to it before you move to demand reconsideration, object, judge, whatever. You always, especially demand a motion to strike for failure to state a claim. Okay, if you don't let the court know that they're full of shit and you know how and your stuff is an outline or something, okay, then they're going to be licking their chops. And then they're just going to stall and let you think that you're running the show because you demanded to do this and they ain't answered. And you're thinking, oh, yeah. All they're doing is waiting for opportunity to drag your ass in court because they're pretty full. They're waiting for opportunity opening to stick your ass in there. And then what they're going to do is make the decision. They're going to have everything lined up on their side to do everything, and you're not going to know. By the time they tell you, they're going to have it all lined up, and the bam, ball's going to be rolling. They're going to be knocking on your door. That's pretty much how that's going to go down. Oh, okay. That's all right, Matthew. You knew we're going to get it together. But the most important thing is that you said something about the believing, and it matches what it matches our communication that we've done away from here. So. Okay, guys, that's all the fire I'm bringing to the table tonight. Next Saturday, we're going to go over how to state a claim. I have several videos on my YouTube channel. You guys can go and take a look at that. But I want to go over that a little bit more and touch on it again, so people that are new here will see it's really easy to do. And there are several other things that you have to have in your lawsuit, or they throw you out. We'll talk about a couple of those things too. So, thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. Stay in the ring, keep punching. See you guys in the next video.